Good afternoon. My name is Tom Wake, and I'm a board member and the treasurer of the Chuckanut Conservancy. We're a local organization that's concerned with the preservation of the Chuckanut Mountain range. And the area of our major concern is approximately on the south end, Blanchard Mountain in Skagit County, to Old Samish Way Parkway in the south end of Bellingham, the west side of Lake Samish, and the shoreline of Samish Bay, Chuckanut Bay, and Bellingham Bay. This area is approximately 10,000 acres, of which there are 60 miles of trails, and it gets tremendous usage by the people in Skagit-Whatcom County and also by many people in the Seattle, Everett, Tacoma area will also come up here for the experience of hiking in the mountains. This is the only place where the Cascade Mountains touch the sea, and the elevations go from sea level to over 2,400 feet. It's used by hikers, mountain bikers, horseback riders, and paragliders and hang gliders up in the mountains. We feel that the Chuckanuts need to be preserved as much as possible because the fast-growing communities of Skagit and Whatcom counties will need more recreational areas. And with the price of gasoline going up, there's no place else where you can go drive 10 or 15 minutes and have a mountain experience, from on the shoreline up in the mountains to see the alpine lakes up there, or just general hiking. We are working with the state parks, Larrabee State Park, and others to preserve the trails and maintain the trails, because there are no budgets for these trails. And also in the mid-90s, new trails were laid out but never funded, and so now we're in the process of helping to build these trails. Currently we're building a new trail into Lost Lake, and about 10% done with that. We'll continue more working parties this year. Again, Larrabee has no maintenance for the existing trails, so we'll be also working to maintain those trails, because trails do need constant maintenance and upkeep. The Chuckanut Mountains also provide the only coastal nesting areas for the marbled murrelet. And our organization would like to fund more studies in this area to see what other endangered or threatened species might be in the area. Particularly the marbled murrelet, again, is well known to many people, but there's only one nesting area, but we feel there are other nesting areas that need to be examined. But this all takes time and money to do the necessary research to locate these sites. We're also concerned with the coal imports, the coal exports, I should say, because all the coal trains will run along the west side of the Chuckanut Mountains. That's where the train tracks have been there for many years, and people say, well, there won't be that many more trains, but there's going to be a lot more engines on these trains, because most coal trains have 5 diesel engines, 3 in the front, 2 in the back. And that is a lot of particulate matter that will be falling in the bays and along the train tracks and along into the mountains. And because the mountains go from sea level to 2,400 feet within 2 miles, there's a lot of variation in the plant life in that area, and also the animal life. And so we don't know all the impacts that this particular matter will really be having on that area. And there are many critical areas that we're very concerned about, because we have, so many areas that are involved in this. And there are creeks in there, there's important salmon fishing spawning grounds, and all these things roll together in one natural system that we want to see preserved. And many schools go into those areas too every year for their field trips, take their science students into these areas. And the Washington State University, I should say Western Washington State University also does a lot of field work up there, training with its students too. But all this work takes a lot of money. And you don't hear people talk about money very much. There's a lot of money in the people that are funding the coal trains and things like that, but we need funding to do the research and to maintain the pressure and to get more words out to the general public. So I encourage you to donate to any of these organizations that are fighting the coal trains or fighting to preserve our environment. The Chuckanut Conservancy has got a website, chuckanutconservancy.org. We have a photographer in our group. His name is Paul K. Anderson. He has a website, paulkanderson.com, and he has taken it upon himself to fly back to Wyoming, Montana, and he's taken photographs of these the coal trains and of the mining activity that's going on back there. And also he's taken many, many pictures in the Chuckanuts and the Bellingham area, and also up at Roberts Banks up in Canada where the coal port is. And he's done this all on his own volition, and it takes a lot of time and energy to do that sort of work. So I'd encourage you to, again, contribute to any organizations that are fighting these things. We also have, on our website, we have a PayPal account, and also we can be reached at P.O. Box 4005 in Bellingham, Washington, 98227. Thank you for your attention.